Hello, folks.
Hello, hello.
Guess who's back? How's everybody doing tonight? I'm not even reading comments. Hold, please. Hi, Lori. Shay, what's going on? It's my smiling wolfette. Mark Milligan. Hey, hey, hey. How is everyone doing tonight? LFT. It's working on both sites. Oh, well, I feel like we have conquered the world. That's all I have to say. It is working on both sites. It's the little things, I swear. I'm telling you, it is little things. Tonight is going to be an interesting night because what we thought we were going to talk about, I think we're still going to talk about a little bit. Right, Crazy Mama? Or
yeah.
But we also had like a side thought kind of thing that came in. Hey, Joyce, welcome in. Jerry Castor, thanks for popping in. We also had a side thing that happened that just, I don't know, we just wanted to ask some questions and kind of see what you guys thought. And I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. Do you know what I mean, Crazy Mama?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I may not make a friend or two tonight. I may piss a few people off.
That's okay.
Yeah, it is okay. It is what it is. I'm just telling you guys that you may not like what's being said here. And that's okay. And totally secure in it.
Right.
But I have some questions, and I'm really hoping some other people can answer them. Either you guys in the chat, or if you know friends who will answer them, whatever. But originally we were talking about the hazy days, the crazy days, and the lazy being the police. You've done that once or twice. You piss people off. This might piss you off, Mark, actually. I'm not looking forward to that, but I hope not. Okay, so oddly enough, and I know you guys know this because we brag about this, but every time we go live, every single time we go live, someone else comes out of the woodwork. And they tell us their version, or dropped information, or have cleared people in some cases. We had a lot come forward this week, and I will never tell you who it is. I will that has come up so many times in the question. Hi, Alex. Thanks for coming in. Thank you so much for your support.
Hey, Alex.
You guys, can we drop Alex Erickson's link, please? Her channel is amazing, and she covered Larry. Like, oh my God, you guys, here we go.
Harry.
Thank you. There's so many Larrys and Denny's in this case that I confuse myself. She's covered Harry very well with Mark herself, and you guys need to go check out that interview. And I know that there's been rumors, and I don't know this for sure, but she may be interested in covering it again. If that's true, she's amazing. Go sub to her channel. She talks about all kinds of things, and we have the greatest respect for her. We literally love her. She's a friend of ours. And if you want to be a friend of ours, you got to be a friend of hers.
Absolutely.
So tonight, I'm just going to let you know what we're going to talk about really quick. We're going to be talking about red cars. This is going to remind you of Watts. I swear to God. We've got red cars we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about semis. Has anyone followed the the truckers going to DC and all that stuff? We're going to talk about truckers. Hey, Tina. We're going to talk about truckers. We're going to talk about family business. We're going to talk about red cars. And Crazy Mama, I actually am going to let you, because I'm a scatterbrain right now. You're not going to cover it again? Okay. Yeah, okay. I would love that. Okay. But I was going to let you kind of bring in the red car theory. You have a really good angle on that.
Well, as you know, people has been reaching out to us, and there may have or may not have been another red car that was like Harry's. Harry's was red. This one was maroon. It might have been around the town that night, that day of. So possibly maybe when somebody said, hey, I think I seen Harry go past here or go there, what vehicle was it that they actually seen? Unless, hey, they did actually speak with Harry and see Harry and, can tell he was here or that place or this place or the bar or waterworks or pulled over at the car wash. Was there another car that was similar? There's only one. It was only the color and then the white towards the back,
which
right?
we're going to show. Yeah, I'm going to show you. Actually, it's in that intro video. The car, the difference between the two cars is in the intro video, and I'm going to show that to you in a couple minutes. But it just brings up reasonable doubt. There's been some rumors that Doug Maddie may have assisted in something that happened to Harry,
Right.
and that he perhaps drove the car. And I got to thinking, and I thought, okay, well, that's certainly a possibility. Um, Say he was around and he took care of the car. And this is purely hypothetical. This is no accusation. This is purely hypothetical. But then what comes to mind is this other guy who had the same car. It was red. It had a different top, but could have people confused when they said, um, right, right. And Smiling Wolf at yes. And your cousin needs to get the hell out of Facebook jail so that I can talk to him. Because he is no he's he is A1 number one most wanted individual that I need to speak with. I'm just saying, like, it's a question that I have. Like,
Mhm.
potentially when people said, I saw Harry's car, and that's what they saw. I saw
Right.
Harry's car drive south, and I swore that it was Doug Maddie driving that car.
Hmm.
And I say to you, was it? How do you
Right.
know? What proof do we have? Because we also know that there was another car about town that night that is a similar car. And to be honest with you, when I looked up pictures of Doug Maddie and the other individual, if I were, well, crap, I don't even have to be drinking. I would say that in a court of law, I couldn't have told them apart. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what they look like in 1984, but they're about the same stature from what I can see. So I was
Right.
just, the question is just out there for me.
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't take anything away from anything. It doesn't mean that we're
It
not
can change the
still,
timeline a little bit if he wasn't seen in this certain spot or
yeah.
that certain spot. It could change the timeline a little bit.
Smiling Wolfette, I we are prepared for that. Yes, Harry's car was maroon. I think it goes back to being such a small town and everyone knew
Right.
everyone. But in a court of law, if you were drunk and you hit your head and the car was, say, 50 paces and going 40 miles an hour, could you swear in a court of law that you saw Harry Milligan driving that car?
Mhm.
My point is for doing this is it brings up reasonable doubt, number one. And it also, like Crazy Mama just said, it adds questions to the timeline for me or punches hole. I don't know if it
It
punches
just makes
holes in
you
my.
go, hmm.
It does. It does. Um, and I'm coming from a side where I have no side. I have no skin in the game. We have nothing. Um, I'm looking at this from a. I'm looking at this from a completely neutral point of view. So just ask yourself, what if?
Hmm.
Is there a possibility? Probably not. Probably not. And I'm certainly not saying Doug Maddie drove off in Harry's car. I'm just saying, if people are saying they saw him, could it possibly have been this other person? Maybe. I don't
Hmm.
know. Don't know. They're very same size, same. Like I said, if you were swearing in a court of law and you had been drinking 37 years ago, can you say you saw Harry Milligan, or could it have been someone else? I'm just,
Right. Did
because
you
it
actually
answers
100% see Harry Milligan driving that car in that place that you actually seen him, driving? That's the question here.
at
100%.
nighttime. That's exactly right,
Hmm.
Alex. At nighttime. And you know what? if you say yes 100%,
Hmm.
then I'm thrilled to talk to you.
Right.
Because what I want people to do is, while I'm punching holes in other people's stories and while we're investigating and researching every little tiny thing, as you can tell, like even inconsequential things like red cars, I want to know what you guys think. I really want to know. And I want to know if it's even a possibility, or is just this is this the dumbest thing you've thought of?
Right.
Just as crazy mama put it, things that make you go, Anybody remember that song? Because that's where I am. I was like, oh, well, sugar. Yes. Um, it is LFT. Um, it's important to consider and investigate all the things at this point. Harry was, yes, I agree. Um, but that little thing does bring it just it does it bring up a huge point, Smiling Wolfette, or is it just a question? Could Harry really have gone south like everyone, or not everyone. Everyone saw him go north, which we'll talk about that again in a second. Hey, Amanda Lee, welcome in. Um, there's people who saw him south of town. Hi, Jody, welcome in. Um, did they? Or did they actually see him go north and he was south? Was it the other car that went north?
Right.
Like these are all
Because
the
red
questions.
and maroon in the dark could look like the same color. That's just a thing too.
And especially late at night. Excuse me, I'm drinking water, you guys. Um, my throat's a little dry tonight, so I apologize. But I just, it's one of those things that it gave me pause. Where the street lights, yeah, where the street. Does anyone know if there was a lot of street lights? Also, is there wait, I want these types of theories every day on the ID channel. Oh, okay. I watch these types of stories every day on the times studies people drinking and people being sober, and 7 times out of 10, people can't tell you what. Right, right. People got exactly. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to say that Harry wasn't here, there, everywhere. There were actual witnesses to seeing Harry and
Right.
speaking with Harry. Those people, we're not even talking about them. We're talking about the
Hmm.
people who were like, I saw the car over here and I saw the car over there. And I question Larry Jones. Did you really see the car where you thought you saw it all over town? Or could it have been the other car that you mixed up? Because you were on the east side of the square and Harry was on the west side of the square. I'm just asking.
Right.
Is it dumb? Maybe. Um, but I think it's reason. I think it's reason that we should at least have a conversation.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't want to discredit any folks that did speak with Harry that night. I really, those people are not to be questioned. Their points are valid. I know they spoke with Harry. There's no question for me. Um,
It's just the ones that said, "Hey, I seen his car here, or go by here, or go by there," but they just seen the car in they were doing something else, and they just happened to see a glimpse of his car. That's the only things that we're talking about, not the people that actually seen Harry, or spoke with Harry, or seen him there or here. We're not talking about that.
I put Tina's comment up here, and I wasn't going to identify, but she did. She was in that car, the red car that night, and she was, you know, going about town in that car. So I'm, just saying. But the
Right.
last three said they dropped him off. That's a huge question. Well, the last three said they dropped him off. Um, and then Larry Jones Detective Sergeant Larry Jones, Detective Sergeant, the Albion Police Department, said he saw them. So, yeah, I mean, what? Uh, oh, thank you, Alex. Thank you. I want to make sure that we're just covering all of our bases and we're not listening, doing, and focusing with blinders on. I want to make sure that we are covering all aspects of this and all questions so that when Mark or anybody asks us a question, we can say with certainty. And
Right.
right now, that red card just brought up a question of uncertainty for me. The driver of that car also resembles one of the people that was a very good friend of Harry's. Um, it's a question.
Right.
Just saying. Maybe that guy wasn't. Here's the thing. I always ask myself, and Crazy Mama does the same thing, all the time. What if?
Right.
What if we're wrong? What if we have this wrong? And what if, and you guys are going to freak out when I say this. You're going to freak the hell out. So just hold on. What if Doug Maddie wasn't there that night? And y'all know I've been going hard on my boyfriend, Doug Maddie. Y'all know I've been going hard on him. But I have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
What if? What if he actually wasn't there? And the people that thought they saw him at the bar was this other person.
Right.
We know with certainty who spoke to Harry in his car. Yep, absolutely we do. But it's very important to bring up the point of yep. Agreed. Do I think that Doug Maddie drove away in his car? I don't know. Was it three questions? Yes, they were questioned. The three friends were questioned. 2 days after, I think, 2 days after he was reported missing. I believe he was actually reported missing on July 1st in the evening, and they started questioning on July 3rd.
And that's Cheyenne
Um,
Carter, and yes, even the cop that was Popcorn. That's who we speak about quite often. Popcorn /
oh,
Larry Jones. Yeah.
Lord. Yeah, and I mean, Barney Fife.
Right.
What did she say? I want to take my detective sergeant exam. Yeah, well, I think you passed with flying colors. Um, three friends have answers. At least they know. Yeah, like I said, I'm just reasonable doubt. And if
Right.
we don't look at this with every angle, we're doing a disservice to Harry Milligan.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Also, I've mentioned before, and I have to be careful. And the deeper I get into this, the more human, the more I see people. How do I want to say this? I'm humanizing people. A lot of
Right.
times, you know, you investigate and you have a big binder of papers and you have all these people who tell you things, but the person is flat. I don't see them as three-dimensional. And I'm starting to see these people as three-dimensional and
Hi,
humanizing them.
Allison. Allison just came in.
Hi, Allison. I know. I know, smiling wolfette. Um, Allison, please drop your. We always make Allison drop her own link. Come in, drop your own link. um, yeah, please go and subscribe to TCA. She's the reason, you all know that already. She's the reason we're working on the Harry Milligan case. Um, here's my problem. I have a lot of empathy for human, for people, especially people who have been through drug issues, now assault and assault towards women.
Hell no.
You really get nothing from me on that one. I got to be honest with you. And there's a lot of this in this case, and it really pisses me off. And
Right.
I'm not okay with that. And I never want to come across as a sympathizer for that kind of thing ever. I know, isn't it weird that when you start seeing them in 3D, like as a human, things change. You're like, oh, I don't like you even more, mister. Or I have a question. What do you girls think of Popcorn's back and forth saying he was never questioned? I've
caught a lot of lies in his stories.
I was gonna
That's what
say,
I'll say.
I'm
I'll
gonna
come out and
defer
say
to
it.
Crazy Mama.
I'll come out and say it, and this is from his own mouth. I call it like I see it, and I see a lot of lies stories.
He's super inconsistent. He's just super duper inconsistent. I don't know. I've been going hard at Jeff Adler, and someone humanized him for me. And I kind of feel bad for the guy. I'm not going to lie. I kind of feel bad for the guy. Doug Maddie. I don't know how I feel about Doug Maddie, to be honest with you. But I'm less angry and I have more questions. When I first opened this and started reading, my first reaction, I'm only going to speak for me. My first reaction is to be pissed off at these three friends.
Right.
And be like, where the fart were you? Where you guys, where were you? Why
I
haven't
didn't
you?
consider any of them friends. That was my big thing. Like, friends, hell.
I still don't. I still don't,
Mhm.
because I think that if you were friends, you would be doing things differently. And I'm making a judgment call and I'm judging you. I really am judging. But I do see some things. I'm also noticing some things, and I see it's very hard to not be upset with them. It is. But also I just kind of want to, I think what I'm doing is I want to take a step back and I want to view them as humans. And I really want to talk to them. And it's really hard to talk to someone when you're angry and judgmental and disrespectful.
It's almost,
So
we
I've
have to
been,
take our emotion out of it completely.
yeah,
And,
yeah, you're right. And kind of be more, what am I trying to say? Objective. Be more
Right.
objective, less judgmental. And like Crazy Mama said, take my emotions out of it. Now, that I will tell you, there are certain people this is really hard to do with. There are certain people
Right.
it's really, really hard to do with. Oh, here we go. I gave the dog a bone so he would be quiet. He finished the bone. Now here he is. So, food for thought. Love to hear other people's opinions on this. Well, that's TCA. That's one of the thoughts that got me going, was that they, according to Mark, and I don't think that Harry would hang around shit people. I don't. Not for his entire
Hmm.
life. I don't. Um, Harry was a good guy.
Well, and what Allison said, let me say this too, because I'm going to play it like I did in the beginning when you and I talked about this, about how they changed after his disappearance.
Mhm.
It could be that they're guilty because that's their friend. I'm just saying, I'm not saying this is how I feel, but we could see it this way, that their friend's missing. They don't have any idea what happened. They were the last ones with him. So it's a guilt thing with holy shit. Or it could be like, I know what happened. I know what happened exactly, and it's a guilt thing from knowing what happened. You won't fucking say anything. I
Well,
mean, it could be
Alex,
either or. Sorry,
excuse
my
me,
language.
that was me. I apologize. That was me interrupting you. Sorry, crazy mama.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I just wanted to correct my language. I realized I just let it slip, but it could be both, either or. So go
Yeah.
ahead.
There were behavioral changes, extreme behavioral changes. There were one is yeah, one's basically a recluse, one's methed out, and the other went in the opposite direction and is a millionaire. Um, one's in the tech business, uh, doing very well in Albia, and
Hmm.
one guy spent most of his life in and out of prison, and the other
Hmm.
guy has barely talked to anyone. I mean, I don't know.
And Smiling Wolfette, the thing with that is, yeah, I could get behind that as well. But then when we speak to everybody that's reached out to us, and we've had a lot here lately, Harry was not in the drug scene as far as that kind of shit. So it just makes you wonder on that. What did he see?
Um, Also, I have a question that okay, you think they would do everything in their power to help the case if they were truly friends? I'm from Centerville and had a friend disappear. Yeah, see, the hermit is the one you have empathy for. Me too, and I didn't.
Hmm.
And the one who's on drugs, I wonder if why is he on drugs now? Like what happened? What'd you see? What scared you? Are you still
Usually,
scared?
yeah. Hmm. Something usually happens to get you to go down that path, and that's what most people will say, that they when they started doing drugs and using, there's it's because of something that's happened.
I'm humanizing. I am not saying they're innocent. I'm not saying they're guilty.
Mm-mm.
I'm not saying that they had anything. I'm not saying that they had knowledge. Listen, Doug Maddie himself says he has knowledge of exactly what happened to Harry. That's what he said. That statement pisses me off. That statement makes me
Hmm.
insane.
Why say that if you don't?
Right.
Hmm.
And he's put himself in the story. He did, not anybody else. I mean, there are others, yes, who've put him there, but he himself put him in the story. Now,
Right.
I wanted to address Alex with a lot of times we use to cover up our emotions. And that's exactly what I was getting to. That's exactly what
Hmm.
I was getting at. Was like, what if fear? What if guilt? What if? This is where I am right now. We're playing the what if game. We're not telling you facts tonight. We're asking you questions. And I really want to know what you guys think. And
Hmm.
like I said, this may not go well for me. What if one of them is the one to be scared of? That's, you know what? Very true. And we're going to talk about some
Hmm.
scary people tonight
Hmm.
too. We're going to bring up some scary folks. And
Right. Hmm.
Alex, 26 years sober. Oh my God, Smiling Wolfette, I love every time you say that. It just gives me the goosebumps and I love it. I love it. It makes me so happy to see her 26 years sober. Um, so the red
Mhm.
car is just, like I said, it goes back to the red car theory for Watts. Who wants to scream when you hear the red car theory from Christopher
Oh
Watts's
God.
case? I know I do.
Yep.
And I know that we dispelled that pretty quickly on, but and this may be um the same type of thing, just dumb. It just may be the dumbest thing ever. Look at this. 6 in August. 5 years, girl. 5 years. I love to
Oh,
see you guys just throw some hearts in the chat for everyone who's changed their life. Every single person deserves hearts for themselves. From me, you get the most respect. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, I know that Mr. Maddie does not have the best reputation. I
mhm.
have his record. It is longer than my leg, not my arm. Um, he's not a great guy either. That's right, girls. You give those hearts to yourself, and you have hearts from me too. You have all the love
Mhm.
and respect from me too. Um, some other characters that are not so great, that have come to my attention, and they've come to our attention because God, how do I want to? Because nobody will shut up about them.
Right.
Atia, when I was honestly methed out, hold on a second. Let's pin this comment so I can read it. Um, I know.
Mhm.
I know.
Yeah, that statement spoke volume when you sit there and say, you know exactly what happened to
Listen,
Harry Milligan.
I am not, I want you guys to understand that I'm not letting anybody off the hook. I'm
Mhm.
viewing with compassion tonight. That's
Right.
it. That's all I'm saying. I'm viewing with compassion. And I'm looking at Jeff Adler and I'm saying, okay, what if, because we've been going hard on these dudes, what if Jeff Adler doesn't know anything? What if he legitimately doesn't know anything? What if we're accusing this guy of knowing something and he legitimately doesn't, and he doesn't know how to react to it? What if?
Right.
Now, reality, it's not exactly how I feel, but it's a what if. Same thing goes for Doug Maddie. What if? What if he really wasn't there? What if he's just running his mouth at Mark? What if he's just shooting his shit? And like, he's getting busted and Mark kicked his ass and he's embarrassed. So he's like, I'm gonna get the best of him. What if? I don't know. I don't know. I'd love to hear. You know what I would love in a perfect world? I would love for these guys to just say out loud in their own voice. That's what I want. That's it.
Right.
I can't help you
Let's
because
hear
I
from
really
you.
don't know. Or tell me the story of what happened that night where you guys were out and about. What were you drinking? What were you talking about? Were you bullshitting? What was happening? And be real, because no one cares about that shit. We just want to know where Harry is. And I think that this red car theory brings to question um, some of the things where Harry might have been seen. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, he was seen south of town? Oh, was he?
Mhm.
How do you know? Because your witness that saw you south of town was intoxicated, hit his head. It was 4:30 in the morning. I don't know. I don't know. Also, that was the same time that
Right.
Steve Rockwell says he dropped everybody off. I don't I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm asking questions tonight. I'm coming to you guys from different eyes. I'm less angry tonight.
And about being scared, who's still alive that you're scared of? You
Hmm.
know, that's another thing. Hmm.
I well, funny you should mention that. Should we bring up that family name? The family name that terrorizes
Sure.
Albia? The Davis name. I know that Davis name
Right.
is so damn scary. That's the head of the snake for a lot of the drugs that were brought into Albia, potentially still are. But let's go over really quick, just super quick. Is Mark here? I don't see him. He does. Mark probably doesn't have you blocked. Mark's probably just not enjoying this conversation at all. Um,
But he's
I,
on Facebook commenting. Just
Smiling Wolfette, here's the thing. I'm not trying to get anybody to agree. I truly am not. I'm just trying to add a different perspective. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to say with different eyes and open ears. Well, hold on. Because I don't know. And I know I keep saying I don't know, but I really don't know. And
right.
what if? So going back, let's talk about the Davis family because these people, this is a story. If you guys haven't heard about the Davis family, the Davis brothers, if you will, they're a treat. They're a treat. So JB Davis, who we've spoken with, and Tina has talked about, JB Davis was Tina's stepdad. Okay, so you guys all heard. If you haven't heard, go back and watch that one. Where she talks about JB Davis being her stepfather. He was involved in the narcotics business. He had a trucking business that went to California, Arizona, Mexico, a lot. And he did very well with his trucking business. He also did very well with the drug business. What's hairier? What's hairier? What's scarier? That has a snake as Steve. Okay. Interesting. Love and support to you. Thank you for coming in, Alex. I really appreciate that. So that was JB. JB was the truck driving, I don't know, kind of the muscle of the family. Does that sound like kind of the brains of the he was the mafia
Right.
boss, if you will.
Brought it in town for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, then there's Richard. Richard is sitting in prison. I'm laughing because this is not even funny. It's really
No.
not even funny. But Richard's sitting in prison for killing his other brother, Gary.
Hmm.
What? Like, he shot him like point blank in his own driveway because he was pissed off about living arrangements. I don't know. So Richard killed Gary, who was known as Doc. And Doc was, I think, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Share, thanks for coming in. I think Doc was the moneymaker, probably. I don't know how involved he was, but he had a plane. He flew.
Actual doctor.
Actual doctor. He did,
Hmm.
out of the brothers, I think he was probably the best of the crew. He certainly had the shortest record. Yeah, yeah. He oh ay. So Richard's still currently in jail. Hi Dick. He's 86 years old, 85 years old, and in jail. Yeah. So we have JB, who was Mr. Drug Kingpin. We have Gary, who was Doc, probably the best of all of them. We have Richard, who killed Gary because he was just pissed off. And then there's Charles. Charles is still alive. And I knew this would happen because people have been waiting for me to mention this name, and the numbers just went up when I said Charles. Charles is 86. I'm sorry, is there a rundown on this case or a video? Yes, we can run down the case for you very quickly. And that is Harry Milligan went missing in 1984. He's been missing for 37 years. And we are trying to help. Both he and his car have never been recovered. He went out with friends on a Saturday night and never returned home. But yes, you obviously ask questions. We're willing to answer anything. The three friends that we're talking about.
I didn't even see them come in. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Sheriff.
Yeah. So back to Charles Davis. He's still alive. He's still running things at 86. Now rumor has it, and this is just a rumor, and I'm just gonna throw this out there because I don't know for a fact, but some say he's feeble and old. Some say he's a badass and are terrified of him. Charles watches everything. I know. Oh, I know.
Well, hi, Charles.
Yeah, he has sent his messages our way. He can friend me on Facebook. Feel free.
Mm-hmm.
I know that he was ill and pulled through it like a champ. I'm told that he is quick as a whip and sharp as a tack. And I'm sure this is going to piss him right off. And other family members. And I apologize. But one of the stories that makes this family so unique is that they were all intertwined with each other's businesses. That is who I believe they're scared of, Charles. But Charles lived in California at the time Harry went missing, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the thing, and this goes back to day one. You can live anywhere, but have knowledge of a situation.
Right.
Do I think that Charles had anything to do with Harry's disappearance? Hell no, I don't. No, I don't. I don't think that he did. I also don't think he did a lot of the things he said he did. But we're not going to get into that. We have decided to avoid one of the subjects, but I know he's a scary individual to many. I'm not sure what the stronghold is there. I don't know if his association with some other fun characters like Ed Simpson, Larry Price, all those trucking fools. I don't know if it's I don't know if those are the associations that terrify people. I don't know. Many celebrities in their own little way based on folders on my desktop, right? He knows. these guys are scary guys, and I don't want to. I'm not trying to poke the bear. What I'm trying to say is these people did some really shitty. Oh, thank you, sir. Um, these people did some really shitty things to horrible things to people, like terrible, and they really did run their own
Unacceptable.
mafia.
Yeah.
Really did run their own mafia.
Hmm.
But do I think they might have some knowledge of what happened to Harry Milligan? I do. Um,
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it is the knowledge of
mhm.
Harry, where he's at, or what happened. It's not actually getting your hands dirty. It's, did you know what happened? Do you know where Harry's at? That's the big thing.
Well, and we wanted to do this one's going to be a short one tonight. Because Saturday night, I want you to call your friends and I want you to message. I want you to send this to your friends, um, your sons, your daughters, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, all those fun characters. Um, there's a lot of people that we have not mentioned in this case that I think have knowledge.
Hmm.
And I just think it's time we talk about them. We talk to them. And I would love to
Right.
hear, with all due respect, Mr. Davis, I'd love to talk to you. You will get all the respect in the world. You'll be treated with respect. I want to hear what you have to say.
Even the wives, the ex-wives that
Oh,
may
God.
know, would love to speak with
Listen,
them.
Larry Price is not a scary. Not, no, he's not a scary guy. Huh. How about Ed Simpson? Is he a scary guy? My friend requested Ed Simpson. I don't think he's gotten back to me.
Mm.
Um, listen, you guys know how we do. If we make a mistake on something or we call someone out who doesn't deserve to be called out or who isn't in the story, I'll correct it immediately with an
That was
apology.
Bobby Shellquist, or however you say the last name.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. I see. All right. Ed Simpson, not a threat. I mean, here's
Okay.
the thing. I don't know. They could be. They absolutely could be. They could be badasses, but they're old men. And
Right.
they were balling. Hey, Johnny, thanks for coming in. And we really appreciate you coming in. Um, it they could have been balling back in the 80s. They could have been badasses back in the 80s. They could have been the shit. And I know that they ran Albia. I know the list of guys that ran Albia. And I have the list of guys that run Albia now. Their
Right.
families. And we know who you are. We get it. We get it. We're just looking for
And that's the
conversation.
thing. Yeah, so many more people, and like we've stated, and we continue to state, we will never say who, but
Oh, God, no.
they're reaching out and telling us things, and we're learning new things every day. Names are coming out. And that's why I've always stated, if you got something, you know something, and you don't want, you're just hiding Harry's disappearance, you're covering that up because of some other big shit that you don't want out. Now's the time to say it, because we're going to find out that, it may be something you don't want brought up. Well, come to us privately. Let's get this settled.
Let's just, yeah, please. Let's just get it. Don't wait till you're on your deathbed when you feel like you have to make that, oh shit, that,
Hmm.
uh, all of a sudden things just got real. You know what I mean? Because shit's already real. Stuff I've heard back in the day that if you were in charge of any drug trade sales period, you know what's going on in your backyard. See, who said that actually?
Correct. That was Cheyenne Carter from Facebook.
Cheyenne. Thank you, Cheyenne. Again, I apologize. Cheyenne, please forgive me for not addressing you. It is weird how I see things on here. So I don't see I only see
Mhm.
Facebook users. So I apologize. It's no
You have
disrespect.
to give StreamYard, yeah, you have to give StreamYard permission to use your name. I can see it, and that's why, because I have Facebook up as well, so I can
Okay.
see who says it. But yeah,
Thank you. Okay, awesome. Um, what's to stop you? I mean, who knows? Burning in hell. What the fuck? I don't know. I just, like I said, I just want to talk to these. I don't even want to talk. I want to hear. I want to listen.
hmm,
You want to just talk about shit? It's confidential. I don't care about your drug business. I don't give a shit
mm-mm. But when
about your
you're
drug business.
the
I
same
can
name,
what? What was that?
when the same name keeps appearing, reappearing,
Oh my god.
retold to us by different people, not associated with the other. So the Davis brothers has came up quite a bit. And that's why we continue to talk about JB and Charles. And I mean, there's reasons we're not just pulling this shit out of our ass. There's reasons we're bringing these names up.
And did the reason one of the reasons is, did Harry see something he wasn't supposed to see and that was a problem? Did somebody make a mistake? Did Harry piss off the wrong guy? Was Harry playing cards with these guys and that wasn't a thing you should do either? I don't know. I know that
Right.
JB played
Especially if you
cards.
win.
Yeah, I know he played cards. The Davis brothers played cards. There's a lot of dudes that played cards. Um, and I'll be honest with you, on paper, they scare the absolute shit out of me. Absolute shit. And some of the things they've done, I'm like, oh my dear gracious God. But
I carry.
perhaps
And
one
nobody
has
scares me. I
nothing.
carry.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. No comment. Last time Ed Simpson's name was brought up, I asked, he went directly to an attorney. Just so happened to be the new Oh, is that right? So Ed Simpson's
Hmm.
attorney is the new county attorney. Oh, now county attorney.
Wouldn't that be conflict of interest? What?
Wait a minute. Is that a conflict of
Wait a
interest?
minute.
That's interesting. Ed
Hmm.
Simpson's name was brought up. I asked, and, and okay, so Mr. Simpson, let me just ask you, sir, would you have a conversation? Would you just tell us to fuck off? I don't care.
Right.
I really don't care. I mean, here's the thing, and this is what people don't understand. I'm not delivering information that's not public knowledge. Okay? I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm not going to break the law and I'm not looking to be in anyone's lawsuit. You want to threaten me with lawsuits, this, that, and the other. Listen, I will rub right up next to that law. I won't cross it, I won't break it, but I will rub right up next to it. My job here,
Hmm.
Crazy Mama's job, LFT's job, is to research and bring it out in the open, make you fuck uncomfortable. That's what this is,
Hmm.
because we know that you know something. That's it. It's about bringing things out in the open. Um,
And if we're wrong, then we're saying something wrong, correct us. But the person that we're speaking about, that person can correct us. Reach out to us and
hell
say, hell, wait a minute. You ladies have this wrong.
yeah. And you know what I'll do? I'll go live right then and there. We'll apologize. We will publicly apologize. I have no problem doing any of it if we're wrong. But here's the thing, your record speaks for itself. And the same people,
Mm-hmm.
God, if you knew, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say the same people. It's actually different people with the same people's name coming in. Well, I'm totally wrong about Larry Price. Okay. Who said that?
And Bobby saying that again. That Bobby, I don't know how to pronounce the last name.
What are
Shelquist.
we wrong? What are we wrong about with Larry Price? Please correct me. I'm not, this is not me coming at you. This is me asking you for your help. Tell me what I'm totally
Right.
wrong about Larry Price with. So that again, if we're wrong, then Mr. Price has an apology coming to him.
Mm-hmm. Because that's the thing,
I'll
you all
wait.
have to remember, we are not in Iowa. We are not connected to any of these players at all.
Mm-mm.
So we may be wrong. That's just saying we may not be wrong. And that's the thing. I'm not going to go by hearsay only. It's when we hear it more than once, we've seen the evidence. There's other things that we go by. It's not just hearsay.
Yes, Johnny Kramer, this is that case. This is the case of the military guy, and his car was he is still
Hmm.
missing. He is a Marine reservist. His name is Harry Milligan. His brother Mark Milligan is in here. Hell, Mr. Simpson could know another name that may know something. Well, that's just it. That's just it. Um, and Mr. Simpson's name has come up, I would say more than 5,
Hmm.
probably closer to 7. And all the people that have said his name have zero relation. That's the thing. That's the thing. Um, and you know what? Ed Simpson could be the best guy in the world now. He really could be. Uh, all these guys, these guys could have changed. And maybe, you know what? Maybe Charles Davis is literally the best dude in the world. Maybe
Hmm.
maybe they made their mistakes. Maybe they did their thing. Um, I would love to hear from this person who's telling me wrong. I'm wrong about Larry Price. I need to know because, again, I can tell you about Larry Price on paper. I can tell you, we don't. I will do exactly the same. I'm man enough to apologize to anyone who has nothing. Yeah, I've never brought up a name that they have somehow not put themselves into Harry's story. Um,
Hmm.
yes, it is. You're right, Johnny Kramer. Um, all, all the stuff that we're talking about, we've gotten is public record. Okay. So when I say things like, I don't know, you guys can pull newspaper articles, you guys can pull background. We don't have to do it for you. We can show you.
Right. Hmm.
These guys have done hard time. Like hard ass time. Prison, state pen. Um, so these are some of the names that we are looking at. Saturday night, we're doing a live. Uh, okay, I'll see. Saturday night, we're going to do another live and we're going to go deep diving into some of these crazy characters. And I'm going to wait and see if maybe Mr. Adler, Mr. Maddie, or Mr. Rockwell decides to reach out. I'm going to back off from you guys a little bit. I'm going to show you the respect you think you deserve. I'm going to give that to you. And I'm going to pray to Jesus that one of you just messages us and tells us what happened and why you're afraid.
Even though I will add too, Harry hasn't been respected. And he hasn't. And anybody that says that he has is full of shit. Actions speak louder than words. And this is where we're going with everything. Your actions has showed nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. But now's a really good opportunity to turn things. Like I said, these guys could be great guys. You know, maybe their business choices weren't my business choices, but maybe these guys are great guys. So help us, please. It'd be awesome. I'd
Right.
love to, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Other people are putting you in this story, and if you don't have anything to do with it, just say so. That's it.
Yep.
Just say so. Clear it up so
That's
we can
Tia
so we
Dash on
can
Facebook.
what?
I think we might have a lag. I'm sorry. I said that's
No.
Tia Dash on Facebook. I'm April Dawn. And then there's the LFT on Facebook. You can reach out to any of us or Mark Milligan.
Oh, yeah. Oh God, please. Mark Milligan is the one you should, if you don't want to talk to Mark, talk to us. Maybe you won't get the
Right.
reaction from Mark that you're looking for. You may get it from us. I'm probably more compassionate. It's not my brother.
Hmm. Right.
I do have an attachment to Harry, but I'm also learning to take emotion out of it and look at it differently with different eyes. And that was what
Outsider looking
tonight.
in, as I always
Yeah,
say.
that's what we are right now. We're outsiders looking in. But names that keep coming up are Davis, Simpson, Price. Oh goodness. I don't want to give too many secrets away.
A stalker,
Oh
stalker slash
Jesus. Well,
Klaus, his name has it continuously pops up.
he's a
It's
number
pointed
one.
in that direction a lot.
He is a number one. And I
Hmm.
think
Yep.
he's dead, you guys. JB Davis is dead.
Right.
Mike Stalker is dead. Again, another thing I want to make very clear is that when we talk about the Davis family, we talk about the Stalker family. When I talk about whoever's damn family, I talk about Maddie's family, Adler's family. When I talk about them, you are not the sins of that person.
Mm-mm.
You are not. I don't think that just because you have the same last name or you're related or you're friends with, that you're that person too. I don't think that.
You can't help your family is.
No, you can't. You absolutely can't. And that's like an important point to make, because I don't want people thinking, oh, this is my so-and-so and I don't want to talk to these girls. They're going to think that I'm just like that. Well, that's not the case. Everyone deserves respect and will get respect as long as you're respectful to us. But I'm also calling you out.
Yeah, don't be an asshole to us, and we definitely won't be an asshole to you all. That's my thing.
We don't go and deliver without deep diving research and credible, legit resources. Combine that with comments, interviews. This is gold. This is it. I mean, we are researching the absolute hell out of this because I want to know if there's a chance that Harry really did go north and never was south of town. Or
Right.
did you really see Harry's car at the Western Club? Or could that have been the other car? I don't know. It's food for thought. That's what I'm saying. It is food for thought. Um,
And when Stalker's name keeps coming up, he's the one, like I said, that keeps getting pointed at. You're damn right.
oh
We're
God.
gonna dig deeper into this one.
Well, and it's
That's it.
these dudes that are stalkers associates. Okay. So why are we bringing up the Davis brothers? Stalker associate.
Yep.
Why are we bringing up Ed Simpson? Davis associate. There's so many more, you guys. I'm not accusing these men of doing anything to Harry. So don't come at me and be like, oh, she accused me of murder. No, I'm not. I'm asking if
Mm-mm.
you have information. I know your name. You know my name. How about you just contact us and let us know what you know? It would be so, my God, it would be appreciated. And
Yeah,
I
we're not accusing
appreciate.
anybody of anything. We're just
Mm-mm.
saying that maybe you have knowledge even. We're not saying these people have or made Harry disappear. We're not even saying that. But
Oh, hell
maybe,
no.
just maybe, they have knowledge.
Here's the thing. You know how in the old days they used to connect the string? You know, like you'd have like on the
Hmm.
board and you'd have the red string going for, duh, 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 you know, over to this guy, over to that guy, over to this, whatever. That's what we're doing right now. The string is all over
Hmm.
the damn board. And the focus is Harry Milligan. And perhaps the string can be cut and none of these people are associated in any way, shape, or form. Here's my problem. The people that are, uh, the people that are have put themselves there. I'm not putting you there. I'm not placing you there. You've placed yourself. I don't know. Saturday night, we're going to catch up. We're going to talk about some people. I expect I've pissed some folks off, so I look forward to those messages. Wink, wink. Come at me, bro. No, I'm
Some
just
of those
kidding.
names that was brought up today will be brought up again Saturday because, like I said, there's some more discussion on this.
How how did Larry Price put himself into this? Hmm. Well, you haven't answered me on anything else. I asked you a direct question.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to hear from you.
that's
Why
Bobby.
is that Bobby? Hi, Bobby again. Um, I get you want to defend. I'm
Hmm.
down for that. Um, like I said, what's my what? What's my
What was your
question?
question? Hmm.
Oh my God, it goes back so far. What was my question about Larry Price? There was a comment made. Oh, goodness gracious. Somebody help me.
And
What was the comment made?
I think it was the part about the a big wig up on with the drugs, right?
Hmm. How did Larry
He
put
was
himself?
associated with the Davises.
Yeah. He said you were so wrong about him. Who said I was so wrong about him? Larry Price?
Bobby, that was Cheyenne Carter that said.
Oh.
That Bobby
Oh,
is
oh,
saying.
thank you. See, this is
Bobby
my
said that you were wrong.
yeah, what was I wrong about? Tell me so that I can apologize.
A scary guy. You mentioned him being a scary guy. That was one thing I think that
Okay.
Bobby said you was wrong about. He's not a scary fella.
He's not a
That's
scary
what.
guy. Well, I'm glad to know that because people in town are afraid of him.
Hmm.
So I'm glad to know he's not a scary guy. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. He was friends with, that crowd of people that leads to Doug Maddie, that leads to Steve Rockwell, that leads to drugs, that leads to all that stuff. Let's put it this way. I'm going to put this out there. Larry Price, if you have any knowledge about Harry, or you think you might know something, would you please contact us? If you are not a scary guy, I'm sorry for saying that to you or saying that about you. If you haven't used intimidation in your life, then I apologize for saying that. But if you know more, let us know. There's a lot of people dropping your name.
And then, and then Timmy Silver said, "My mom and dad ran the Western Club. I was there all the time. I think maybe could have just parked there. Wish there was cameras.
Oh,
Don't remember
God, we do.
Harry or friends coming in. Was their age. Yeah. Yeah.
Who is the Facebook user that says who gives a shit? I'm friends with a
Bobby.
lot of. Oh, who gives? This is turned into a shit show.
Thank you for your compliment, Bobby.
I agree with you. Didn't I just say that? Did I not just say those words? Pay attention, Bobby. Keep up with us. I just said that you are not who you're friends with or who your family is. Thank you, Johnny. Yeah, it's the idea that he owned a semi. All those dudes were in the trucking business. Rumor has it they were transporting drugs. I don't know if that's true. So, Bobby, simmer down.
And like we said, we're just spitting out things that has came to us. So that's what we're doing. That's what we do. If we're wrong on anything, we will correct it.
And I already
Until
did.
then,
I already said if I am wrong about Larry Price, then I would be happy to publicly apologize. Mr. Price, if you're listening and you're not a scary dude and you didn't do anything and you don't know anything, from the bottom of my heart, I do apologize to you. Bobby, you're going to have to show me a little bit more than what you're doing, though. Because just coming in and questioning me, yeah.
So anyway,
Saturday night, 7:00. We're going to talk more. And this isn't a shit show. What this is an investigation, an ongoing investigation. Wow is all you have to say.
This case wows me, and that's the thing that it's like everybody has blinders on when it comes to this case. So if you don't like your name being brought up and said, then don't do shady shit and make it come to us, because that's the thing. When your name comes to us, yes, I'm going to say it. I will say a name.
And here's the thing. Wow is all you have to say. I just said, if I'm wrong, I sincerely apologize. Yeah. And I truly mean it. I truly mean it. Coming at me sideways with wow is all you have to say. Expand on your horizons and your vocabulary. Because if wow is all you have to say, it's going to be a short conversation.
Right.
Saturday night, 7:00, Iowa time. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. We look forward to catching up with you. We hope that maybe we can have some guests on. And
Mm-hmm.
I hope everyone stays safe. I hope everyone has a great evening. You forget everyone has a past, and I can prove you wrong if you like. Wow, bless that person for coming forward. Yeah. Yeah. Bobby is one who will make sure Joe Fugate knows what's going on.
That's
Oh,
okay if you
Bobby,
want. Yeah.
hold the phone. Oh, are you a lurker? Are you a screenshotter? Is that who you are? Are you a lurker? That's
So I
amazing.
need to say
Listen, if
hello
you're in
to
the
Bobby
group,
and Mary Jo Fugit.
right, if you're in the group, make sure you screenshot and you get those messages out. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Especially because I sent one to you. I sent one to you. It's in there. It says, Dear lurkers, screenshotters, pigeon carriers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you guys. We love you. We thank you for being here tonight. We thank you for your support.
Yes.
I'm sorry that I got a little pissy. I can't promise that it won't be the last time. And believe me when I tell you, I kept it under control. And
Mm-hmm.
while you think that I might get pissy, you better freaking hope to God Crazy Mama keeps her shit together. Because if
For the
she
most part, I
loses it,
do.
we're all in trouble. um, thank you guys for tuning in. We love you. Please contact us with any information that you might have. It is confidential. It stays confidential. We're just trying to find Harry Milligan. We're not trying to solve. I don't give a shit about your drugs. I don't give a shit.
Mm-mm.
I don't care about your money. I don't
Our
care
end
about your
goal is Harry
drugs.
Milligan.
I just want to know where Harry Milligan is. Okay?
Right.
Have a great night.
You want us to stop talking about the drugs and other stuff? Let's find Harry. Then everything will go away.
That's, yeah. Point us in a direction where we need to be pointed then, because our arrow is probably off if
Right.
you're telling us that. So, just, help us out by doing that. Y'all have a great night. And Saturday night, we will see you. We will talk to you. And hopefully we will have much more info. I know we're going to have much more information. We're just not releasing everything. um,
Mm-mm.
Crazy Mama, thanks for being here. LFT, thank you. You guys are the best. Enjoy the rest of your
Yes.
evening, and we'll see you Saturday.